Jessica KLIMKAIT, wow, what a moment. I mean, you could see on the mat, I don't think I've ever seen you react like that to almost any win. Talk me through the emotions that you're going through.
Well, I think it's known that Krista and I, my teammate, we had quite the rivalry leading up to Tokyo 2020, and I had never beaten her before, so when I was stepping onto the finals today, it wasn't really just about winning Tel Aviv Grand Slam. It was sort of, redeeming myself and fighting for, all the hard times that I had in my first race to Tokyo 2020. And so in the end, it was just like overwhelming emotions because it wasn't just about this tournament, it was about like the last few years even. So
I think it's 6 fights in a row that Krista had won. How do you build yourself up to a fight like that? Because that's a daunting task. Mm-hmm. How do you approach it when you're walking out mentally?
I kind of felt like, I'm walking into this match with nothing else to lose. I've already felt, all the emotions of like hardship and heartbreak of losing, all the times before. So entering into this match, it was just like, I have nothing to lose. I'm just going to give it everything that I have. I'm going to go until the very end. And that's really just what I was fighting with, yeah.
I'm not sure there's necessarily an answer to this question, but what do you think the difference was today? How did you do it? What was the difference?
I think, today compared to a couple of years ago, I think I'm a different athlete, and I think I've matured mentally, but also tactically, and I trust my judo a little bit more. I trust my mindset on the mat a little bit more. So, judo is kind of like always evolving technically, but also mentally. So, it's nice to have this today, but the work continues to go on, and I'm sure her and I will be in many more finals, and it's going to continue to be a rivalry for Canada.
The fight went on for quite a long time, and you had some of the crowd starting to, play some horns mm-hmm. and like jeer a little bit. Mm-hmm. How do you cope with that sort of situation?
I'm fairly used to the crowd like having their input on my judo and my style, and by now it's just sort of like in one ear out the other. If I dwell too much on what the crowd is saying, then I'm gonna fight like totally different. So I hear it, I let it go the best I can, and that's about it, yeah.
And then you showed them in the end. You didn't win by shidos, you won with the technique, yeah. And then they were pretty appreciative of that. What was that like in front of, because they're a knowledgeable crowd here?
Yeah, of course, always, when you're doing such an intense match like that, you are not really sure if it's going to end with shidos. You hope it's going to end with a score, and obviously with it ending in a score, it's like a more gratifying kind of end. So I'm happy with that.
And how are you going to celebrate?
Well, I've been away from Canada now for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, so I get to go back home and relax and have some downtime before I start training again and getting ready for the next competition. So.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Congratulations.